Hello, this is Snigby from Snigby Gaming. I'm looking forward to presenting you this episode of Lord of the Rings Online. In accordance with 15 USC 6501 through 6506, the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act of 1998, otherwise known as COPA, and the new interpretations of this regulation by the FTC in 2019, this is a notice that the contents of this recording are not appropriate to children under the age of 13. If you're under the age of 13 without parental supervision, please exit the video now. If you're not a child, as defined by COPA, please consider subscribing and ringing the bell icon. I appreciate your support and hope you'll enjoy this episode. Hey everybody, Snigby here from Snigby Gaming, doing a little bit of voiceover work as we move into Goblin Town. I recorded the next 3.5 hours of gameplay here in Goblin Town, and I didn't put much voiceover on it. Most of it I just ran and played just to have a good time as we were going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cut this down to its bare basics. The majority of the time I'm spending running back and forth. Goblin Town, I've never spent a lot of time here before, so I thought I'd go ahead and do the full quest chain. I needed to level up a little bit, so I thought I'd go ahead and just spend a little bit of time doing that. So I hope you enjoy this. As we go through, there won't be much commentary as we go. You'll also see a lot of jump cuts. You'll see a little bit of, I'll compress the video and do a little fast forward stuff through, like I've done in the past to streamline this down. But like I said, 3.5 hours of gameplay. I'm going to try to crunch this down into, let's make it 2 episodes, about an hour's worth of video for you. Again, most of what I do here is I run back and forth, taking out goblins as we go. So, hope you enjoy this content. We'll see you on the flip side. As I find something interesting to comment on, I will let you know. Otherwise, I am going to get to editing and cutting this drastically into a lot of jump cuts, like I said, and a lot of, like I said, fast forwards where we do a little bit of run around. Anyway, this is Snigby. Hope you're enjoying this content. Hope you're enjoying this new emphasis on trying to get content out for Lord of the Rings every other day. I'm also running Factorio on alternate days as well. So if you ever wanted to see factory building and optimization, don't watch me. Actually, I'm kidding. Please watch me. But we'll go through here and watch that series. I've got it in there. It's called Factorio Season 2. So hope you enjoyed that as well. If you do, consider subscribing. Give me a thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. Everybody, have a good day. And if I don't talk to you again, have a great weekend. Bye-bye. Alright, so this is where we move into the next region of the Goblin Town. If you'll notice, as we go through here, there's going to be a lot of different areas here. I don't know why I'm running backwards here. It's been a little while since I recorded this. Maybe I'm confused as to where I needed to go. Looking for a ring, if I remember correctly. This cavern is actually 2 levels, multiple levels, as a matter of fact. Um, as we explore more and more of this, we'll see that I'm crossing above and below and left and right. It's actually a good precursor to Moria. I think they took a lot of the lessons they learned here in Goblin Town and applied that to Moria to really get the multiple levels as we go into there. I'll probably get into Moria starting at the beginning of next year. Um, I'm finishing up Angmar as we speak right now. Angmar used to be the end of the game, so there were several books that ended up being uh, all at level 50. That's where I happen to be now um, as we move forward. But anyway, I hope you're following along with this and seeing that I get through here. This first hour or so, I'm pretty lost most of the time. I don't know where I'm going. However, I do end up finding my way around pretty good towards the 3.5 hours in. As you can imagine, spending 3.5 hours in a dungeon, a maze, you get pretty good at finding out where you are. So I'm going to go ahead and either fast forward through some of this or cut, and we'll get back with you in a little bit. All right, I wanted to walk you through this pull that I did here as a warden. If you'll notice, what I did was I gathered up every one of the mobs here. There's what, 2, 4, 6, 7. Most of them are attacking me up close and personal, so I'm going to go ahead and do a lot of AoE spams. But I had this scout over here who was shooting arrows at me a lot, and so I wanted to go ahead and get over here and engage him in melee so he couldn't attack me from a range. So that's what I was doing here. My health got down a little bit low, so I started doing my 2-1s, my health chains, buffing that up a little bit, and everything worked out just fine. Okay, while we're doing this little, what do they call time lapses here, I wanted to talk about a little about what I'm going to find here. Inside of this area, there are a ton of deeds. They got this one here called the Bilbo's Buttons. And if you'll notice on that list, there were like 7 or 8 deeds that just came up, just explore deeds, can go in and complete something, go on. In this little stretch of the time lapse here, I actually find 2 of Bilbo's Buttons. And eventually, in order to find the rest of them, I just went and uh, pulled up the Lotro Wiki, lotro-wiki.com, and did a search for the Bilbo's Buttons, and it showed me how I could go about getting them by taking them out. So as we come in here, I finish up this pull, and I'm going to find, saw that little pouch down there. Again, I hadn't started looking for them yet. I was just being fortunate. That little discarded pouch that you see over here actually contains a second of Bilbo's Buttons. And so now I'm ready to continue on with that. So again, hope y'all are enjoying this, and we'll talk to you soon. All right, so let's talk about this pool here that I'm doing, where I'm running through. I'm gathering a lot of these goblins. I missed whenever I was looking at those boggarts, which are the light blue ones, and I'm like, oh, I could take care of these 4 or 6 goblins here, but those boggarts really came in there and started slamming on me. And just because I was a little over level, got a little overconfident, started taking out quite a few of them, but ended up not doing very well here in just a minute. So hope you've, yeah. So I think it's this next one that I'm getting ready to do. Yeah, so this one, I just finished up one. I didn't fully heal, but I got a couple of groups of boggarts coming at me. That's the one I was thinking of here. And you'll notice that they're attacking me. I've got a lot of bleeds coming off of here, and I'm not watching my health very much. Uh, Tried to go ahead and take a couple of health potions, tried to spam some stuff, got knocked out here, and all of a sudden, boom, not good. Had to had to revive here. So that's what happens when a warden gets overconfident. They make mistakes and get taken out. Now here I'm able to take over these guys because there weren't that many of them. I was able to just go ahead and focus them down. But anyway, that's what can happen if a warden gets a little overconfident in his pulls. Hello. I am well. How about yourself?